Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're zeroing in on something every single IT professional absolutely needs to wrap their head around when it comes to machine learning. We're talking about evaluation metrics. This is part 6 of our 10-part tutorial series, and we're going to completely demystify how we actually measure these ML models. You know, if you've ever wondered how a model makes that massive leap from some isolated experiment in a lab to a reliable, trustworthy system running out there in production, well, you're absolutely in the right place. Let's get right into it.
To make sure we're keeping things grounded in actual enterprise reality, all of today's concepts come straight from Virtualization Options LLC. They're a Colorado-based technology research, education, and advisory organization. They put together this incredibly useful guide called 30 Common Terms Used in Machine Learning using easy-to-understand examples for IT professionals. Today, we are exclusively unpacking Chapter 6 of that guide. We're focusing purely on evaluation metrics, so we won't be repeating any of the material from prior chapters.
Okay, let's dive into this. How do you actually measure model quality in the real world? I mean, it's surprisingly easy to build a mathematical model that looks absolutely phenomenal in a highly controlled, totally artificial lab environment. But as IT professionals, we know the real test is production, right? How do we bridge that massive gap between a theoretical model and one that actually delivers reliable, continuous value in our messy, unpredictable enterprise environments?
Section 1. Measuring Success, the Core Metrics. To actually measure a classification model's performance, we've got to realize right up front that no single metric tells the whole story of a model's correctness. In traditional IT, things are often pretty binary. A server is responding, or it's down. A ping succeeds, or it drops. But in machine learning, relying on just one single number to tell you if a model is working is a dangerous myth. Measuring a model means looking at multiple, distinct aspects of correctness so we can really get the full picture. Let's start with the most common term you're going to hear, accuracy. By definition, this is a metric measuring how often the classification model is right overall. It's your standard, baseline measurement. Basically, if you give a model 100 files to analyze and it classifies 90 of them correctly, boom, it has 90% accuracy. Simple enough, right? But hold on a second. While accuracy is a great starting point, I want to strongly warn you that it's literally just the beginning of the story. Relying on accuracy alone can honestly be super misleading.
And that brings us to a much more refined metric, precision. Of all the items the model flagged, how many were actually correct? Let's slow down for a second and really think about what this means. Precision is all about the validity of the positive flags that the model raises. When your ML model raises its digital hand and says, hey, I found something important, precision tells us the actual statistical probability that the model is right versus, just crying wolf.
Then, acting as kind of a counterweight to precision, we have recall. Of all the actual target items that exist out there, how many did the model successfully catch? Do you see how this shifts our perspective entirely? Precision was about trusting the model's alarms. Recall, on the other hand, is asking what the model might have completely missed. It measures the system's comprehensiveness, its ability to find that needle in the haystack without letting a single one slip by.
Section 2, the security scanner analogy. Now, what's really interesting about this is how we can frame it in a way every IT pro understands.
To map these abstract statistical terms directly into our daily IT reality, let's use a scenario we are all super familiar with, configuring a next-gen enterprise malware scanner. Look, if your scanner has low precision, it's going to generate a massive flood of false alarms, flagging perfectly safe system files as malware. And what happens? Your SOC team gets severe alert fatigue, they waste precious hours investigating totally benign network traffic, and eventually, they just start ignoring the dashboard entirely. On the flip side, what if the scanner has low recall? I gotta tell you, as a senior engineer, this is arguably way worse. Low recall means it is dangerously missing actual malware threats, just letting malicious payloads slip right through the network silently. As an IT pro, you have to constantly balance these two metrics based on your organization's specific risk and operational capacity.
Section 3. Establishing the ground truth. Let's move ahead and see how this builds our foundation. Because here's the thing, none of those metrics we just talked about mean absolutely anything if we don't have a reliable way to verify the results. Enter labeling, or sometimes it's called annotation. This is the painstaking process of providing training data with its absolute ground truth so those evaluation metrics can actually be calculated in the first place. Think about it logically. How can you possibly calculate accuracy, precision, or recall if you don't actually know which historical files are truly malware and which are clean? You literally can't. The quality of your model's evaluation is entirely dependent on the humans or the systems that accurately tagged this foundational data.
Section 4. MLO Ops Day 2 Operations. So, let's say you've trained your model on perfectly labeled data, and your precision and recall metrics look totally fantastic in the lab. Well, what happens next? We move into MLOps. This is where we bring machine learning directly into traditional IT operations. And this brilliantly illustrates the whole concept. The source material puts it perfectly. Think SLAs, monitoring dashboards, and CI/CD pipelines. Look, machine learning in a production environment isn't magic. It's software. And just like any other software, it requires the exact same operational rigor that you already apply to your mission-critical web servers and enterprise databases.
Let's rapidly break down the core components here. MLOps is what bridges that crucial gap between the data science lab and the real world. It actively applies your organization's IT operational rigor directly to your ML systems. That means you're tying your predictive models to strict SLAs and putting them front and center on your monitoring dashboards. You're integrating model updates and retraining directly into your existing CI/CD pipelines. Ultimately, MLOps is the operational discipline that ensures ongoing model health and data integrity, and it does it using the exact deployment pipelines you already know and trust.
Which brings us to our final, absolutely critical question for you to consider today. When your machine learning model's real-world patterns inevitably change, who gets the pager alert? Because, as we've seen in this explainer, deploying an ML model is definitely not a one-and-done task. It requires constant evaluation of precision and recall, rock-solid ground truth labels, and a highly robust MLOps infrastructure. Think about your own infrastructure's readiness right now. Are you truly prepared to support machine learning on day 2? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer on evaluation metrics. Keep learning, keep evaluating, and I'll catch you in the next one.